There's been a lot of focus on the tensions between China and Australia, Ross. We have a viewer question as well saying that Australian politicians seem to be resetting the China relationship. How is that going to affect your bank clients?
Look, the China-Australian relationships are incredibly important for business. It's been a big source of income for Australia and obviously for China as well. And at the moment, there are these relationships are being tested. Our view is that over the long term, these relationships will build again. They've been very, very strong for decades. And the relationships are important to both countries, and they are being tested at the moment, but I'm sure that we'll be able to work our way through it. From a banking perspective, our ambition is to support our customers who are trading in China and vice versa. And that's been the biggest thing for us, is to focus on how do we make sure that these relationships enable us to do business, and also our businesses in Australia up in China still able to do business. We've got a business in China. It's important to us, but it's very much there for those people who are trading in China.
We've seen a lot of aggressive action from central banks all around the world. Ross, a viewer question asking about the Fed. I mean, the Fed has said that it will do whatever it takes. What about the Bank of Australia? Where do you think interest rates are going?
Look, interest rates, I think, are low, and they're going to be low for a very long period of time. Our Reserve Bank has taken a very similar position, maybe voiced it in a different way, but there to be supportive. And it was right from the very start. And as I said earlier, the banks, the Reserve Bank, the regulators and the government, I think have worked very strongly together to create the best possible scenario that we all come out of this very well and look after customers and the community. And I think our Reserve Bank stepped in very early to make sure that there was liquidity in the system, and that has worked, and it has not been an issue. And I think my view is that they will continue to do so as they need. But it has also been all the parties working together. We've had a government that very quickly moved to support the economy through programs such as the JobKeeper program to try and keep people connected to their employers, so that when this COVID-19 starts to ease, people get back into employment. So there's been a lot of programs that have been put in place, both at a federal level and at a state level in Australia, that I think will stand the time and show to be the right things to do. But it's not over. There are many other programs that they may have to put in place.
Negative rates in Australia, could it ever happen, Ross?
Look, it could happen, but I don't see it. I'm not convinced that negative rates are where people should go. Having experienced that up in Europe where they got into negative rates, I'm not too sure how you get self out. So the first thing is don't go there. There are other mechanisms that can be used to help stimulate an economy. So, we've got very low rates here at 25 basis points. I'm not convinced that they need to go any lower than that. I'm not too sure what the benefit would be.